to the FYP, but I appreciate we got 2.3K likes already. All right, so here we go. All right. So you go by Mike or Michael?
Mike.
Nickname? Mike, okay.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? So today we got a guest coming on, Mike, and he had just came home from the feds. He been home for 3 weeks, and I'm introducing him. He's from I'm pretty sure Memphis, Tennessee, but I'm gonna let him explain all that, and we're gonna go through his life story, some of the things that's went on in his life, whatever caused him to, be incarcerated, and then lead it up to where we are now. If you stick around afterwards, we're gonna open up the boxes and let 6 panel discussion. So, all right, go ahead, man. Just go ahead and talk about wherever you want to start with your life story. It could be whatever age.
All right.
And I'll ask questions along.
So, man, I'm sure, once we get into the part where you're asking questions, we can go into all the detailed stuff. But I'm just going to say this. Growing up, I had a mom and a dad that were young. Dad worked his ass off. Mom was the best mom. Neither one of them used drugs, but they went to Fraser, and where I'm from, Fraser is the hood now. You know what I mean? But they went to Fraser. They were good parents, man. And I just ended up, man, getting with some guys when I was young, and man, it wasn't because of my family, so I'm gonna let that be known now. You know what I mean? But I got affiliated when I was 13, I believe it was 13 was the first time I thought I probably got put down. And then, later on, it really happened, not long after. But so I've been affiliated, man. I was using Xanaxes ever since. I don't know what to say on this thing, so I'm not going to say.
Oh, yeah, you're good. I was just about to say that, not to interrupt you. So most platforms you can say whatever, but on this one, we use code words or try to think of it like Z's. For the other things, say F or Fent. For these, you could say, you could go like this.
Gotcha.
Or, it sucks, man, but just try to edit it the best you can, because they will come punish it.
Okay.
Like rugs, the other thing we say rugs, just anything. They'll get the picture. So, yeah, and some of what you said, I can relate to that,
Okay.
You're good.
All right, so I was doing the Z's for a while, just, trees and Z's, and just coming up, man. I like partying, you know what I'm saying? Like we had fun. I used to go to parties all over, kegs parties, hit the clubs. We got Bill Street down here, so it was just a party life, but it was nothing too strong where I thought that I'd have to wake up in the morning, and if I didn't have it, it would be, detrimental. So I had a car wreck at 18, messed my hand up real bad, and I was in the hospital. They started prescribing me P's. And I never thought nothing about it. I stayed in the hospital 3 months, man. When I got out of there, now it's, I got that monkey on my back. And so went from that to something else, escalated, it just kept going and going. Well, when it got to the part where, man, the worst stuff that they're giving you now, it got to that. And man, when I tell you, I've lost 44 homeboys and homegirls in the last 3 years.
That's crazy.
I can personally say that I have had no heartbeat more than 12 times, and that wasn't enough to make me stop. We would hear that it was killing people, and that's where we wanted to go. That's how fucked up it become. And now, don't get it twisted. Not like walking out on the streets bombed out, man. You see us, we got money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. We ain't messed up, but it's like, we got that monkey on our back, man. And, we think, we're the flyest thing that flyest thing walking until, we get arrested and see that, we're shrunk up.
Yeah, bro, I already know.
Looking so bad, man. For real, looking so bad.
Isn't that crazy?
Anyway, so it got to that, and when it got to that, I've got 6 kids and 3 baby mamas, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I lost my oldest daughter while I was in the feds this time to leukemia cancer, man. She was 18 years old. It was, that was hard, but so I, but I got these kids, and them kids it's been my reason,
Oh, yeah.
And it never worked when I wanted to do it for everybody else. When I was trying to do it for everybody else, it never worked. I didn't know what it was. I'd do good for 6 months, 8 months, you know what I mean? And I'd go back, But my conscience was so hard because I had these kids. I would go back, do it again, you know what I'm saying? So I've been to probably 10 different rehabs all over the country. You know what I'm saying? All over, you know what I'm saying? All over the country. So I've been, everywhere. I know, 12 steps front and back. I know I gave my life to God. I mean, I've done it. Let me tell you, I check all the boxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up, Drew?
Man,
awesome.
So 6 years ago, I got jammed up, man. I was dealing with sex trafficking. But I didn't get jammed up on that. But I got jammed up when that was going on in my life.
Hey, let me tell them this real quick. TikTok, this for entertainment purposes only. All right, you're good. Go ahead, bro. It helps. It helps a lot with shit like that.
Okay, say less. So I ended up catching a Fed charge, man. I did 6 years. So I'm gonna get to this part because this is what changed my life, man. I tell people this every day. I was rescued, not arrested. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's what it takes, man. Because let me tell you something, bro. My mom sent me a message this morning, man, and it had three of you. I'll show it to you in a minute. I'll pull it up. It had 3 pictures, man. My sister, my oldest sister, her husband, and one of my homeboys. I come out the sandbox, man. They just got pulled over down the highway last night, man. They just bought a brand new truck. I seen them at Christmas, man. They seized it. They got them with manufactured over sale. All 3 of them, man. When everything was just normal 2 days ago, that's why I was telling my daughters, it don't take but one slip up, and man, they got you. You know what I'm saying? And they give out dinosaur numbers now, dog, so they'll take your life. They ain't playing, they'll take your life out there, man. Numbers. You meet guys in there and the feds that are just normal, going to work, all that, you know what I mean? And man, these people got 5 life sentences in 40 years. How are you gonna do that? Yeah. That's what the feds will give you.
Football numbers, man. I keep hearing that. I did state time. That's just sketchy.
Man, I wish. I heard when I was going to the feds that the feds was better to go than the state. But man, everybody in there. I said I would have done double the time in the state just to get out the USPs. But I was in the USP. I wasn't in the count. The FCI. I was going to ask the big dogs. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to ask.
Yeah, most definitely. I was in the USP. You know what I'm saying? I went to 5 yards in the USP. Really forced some change because one I didn't really stay at, but yeah. And went through hell and back. I don't know if y'all go to my reel when I first got out, I go through and I do a video of all my shots, all my disciplinary shots, and it's so many of them. You know what I mean? I go down and show you all the stabbings and all that, and then it goes over to when I changed it goes over to all my certificates. You know what I mean? Everything, because at the end of my bid, when you know what I mean,
I like that.
When I first went in, there is no falling back when you go to the feds. You know what I mean? Because you're going to put that work in. You know what I'm saying?
You're on count regardless. Even what I understand.
That's why I was. And listen, when we get into it, you want to really get into my Fed story, bro. Let me tell you something, man. I did something in the feds that I'm supposed to be doing this podcast with the blood on the razor wire.
Yeah. He's good people.
Okay, well, Chad told me he stopped doing it, but when I gave him a little bit of my story, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna do that." He was like, "Man, it sounds like you got a story." But me and him are gonna end up doing it. So I told him I would do his first. So I'm gonna respect and give him a whole story on his. But I can give y'all. Through the feds, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna, when I do it with him, it's just gonna be a little bit different. But I did tell him I would do that. But man, I was on white time and gang time in the feds is something you don't do. I jumped from one time to the other because when I got there, the white boys told me one thing. The white boys are treacherous in there. Told me this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much finesse me. And then when some of the guys come along, SCRs like me, you talked about, and they were like, "No, bro, that ain't what's going on. This is what's going on." So now I get put in a situation where I got to take care of this and do this right. You know what I'm saying? I can't walk. So I did that. And they put me in I did all kind. Man, listen, man, I got to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you go to my reel, you'll see all the shots. You'll see like, damn, bro, this is 6 years. I'm blessed, man, that I made it out hard. I came out with stitches in my eye, bro. I still kind of got a knot eye, you know what I'm saying? Me being this dude, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about all the way to the door, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, to make it out, to make it out, bro, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving back, man, whatever I can do to give back, and I've had my struggles, since I've been out here as far as like, not the job and place to stay. I'm in a hotel right now. My family will let me stay there and I just kind of bounce around right now trying to figure stuff out. But I got a room the last 2 nights, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at now, right here by my family.
You were showing me. That's cool. To them. I like to hear that.
There ain't no bunch of hotels around. You know what I mean? It's by itself. Like, you know what I mean? You can look like, You know, I'll show you guys real quick. I'm kind of out in the country. My grandmother used to live in them apartments right there. So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
You off like a highway right now?
Yeah, right off a highway. That's a fact.
As far as what you just said with that, right? So Chad, you know, I'll always say he's good people because he always did right by me. He helped me and my family. He was my second out of 6 podcasts I did. I woke up in the morning with like an extra 5,000 people that I did not have the day before. Or it might have been 3, I can't remember. On that in particular account, which is YT. And, you know, I think it's at like 11 now. I got to give him credit for like, what, almost half of that. So I always looked at him with that, like, okay, man, you didn't have to take the time to do that. You did. He helps people when he can. You know, and that you just said he probably is slowing down on his interviews. So if you grabbed his attention, then that's why. And that's a good thing. As far as the other shit you said, I could relate. Everything we talked about, you know, being white folks, no matter what, you always got to go a little harder. You always got to try to shine. You got people who are not going to be happy with it. You got them old dog cats being like, I don't agree with this. So it's a little bit of, you know, that's why I did my interview with him, was literally talking about what it was like to be, you know, white folks and everything with a biracial organization. Right. And it's very controversial. You know,
it's got its good, it's got its pros and its cons, but like, you know what I mean? Even like, I grew up like even saying the N-word, like most, I've been told this is how I am in my city. Like if it's just a dude from outside the city and they come to our jail, to our county jail, and they say it, they're like, I might get him, say, you know what I mean? Let him know. Keep that, you know what I'm saying? So I'll go tell him, and he's like, but you say it. I'm like, yeah, but it's different, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the guys. You know what I mean?
Like,
they know what's up with me, you know. But, you know, not, it ain't always like that. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Dudes be like, oh, he's white, he can't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got a hard. So that's when we're like, what's up? I'm trying to see that. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Since you don't think this is what it is, let me holler at you.
Right, make them feel like you.
And then they tighten up, you know. But yeah, you're right. It takes you know, time and blood.
You gotta build,
you know,
right? That's how it was with me.
Trust. Yeah.
With knowing people from my city that I went to school with from different races, black dudes and Latino dudes. But then when you get to prison, that doesn't matter because they just now met you, so they want to see that. They're not like, oh, that's my white brother since we was young. You know what I mean?
Right. Ain't where you from no more. It's where you at. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
They want to see it with their own eyes.
Where you from? It's where you at.
Hey, did you do an interview of some sort? My homie on here, and my mod Jake said, I seen a video of bro doing an interview already. Did you start some type of collab with somebody?
No, no, that was just me and Josh. Me and Josh just got on there. It wasn't really an interview. Me and Josh were cellies. So me, him, and he was cellies with another guy. So he got online with us, on live with all 3 of his cellies, and he was just like, you know what I mean? We're gonna chop it up tonight. You know, but it wasn't like an interview. We was just chopping it up. We was gonna tell it, but and we did. We went through the story.
Like an intro, to show who you are.
Yeah, like an intro, kind of like what I just did, you know what I mean? But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can, like, he didn't ask me no questions. I was just talking, like, you can come and ask me and I'll ask you and we're going to go back, you know.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. I think
this is a lot different than what I did. Yeah, but I did go on there, but no, this is a lot different. This is my second time going with somebody, and it was Josh and then you, but me and Josh was just kind of like, he put the background as a cell, so it was like we was hanging back out in the cell.
Oh, that's wreck, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's funny. Like, to say like this was my bunkie in the feds, and now we're free, but we're on here doing a little FaceTime. Real quick, I want to throw this out. The name Home Team Jugga. Anybody that's from the South, like Jake, I know you are. He's from Georgia and he's a rapper. Like we just had Max Streets. And we just had Block Rich Monster, the rapper from Georgia. They just came and fucked with my podcast trying to help me. And it's crazy. I got Max Street's phone number now because I've been listening to his music for a long time. So I wanted to shout him out. And if y'all want to check his music out, go check his page out.
Man, for sure. Hey, follow me and send me a message today. You know what I mean? All that. If you're listening to
anybody in here, follow each other. Y'all should all do that. Follow each other.
All that.
In the chat.
Yeah, make sure you all do that.
But we're gonna open up the boxes. Jacob, I see you. That's my motherfucking bro, Jacob Gentry Valiant.
What's up, Jacob?
He wants to come in, but I'm gonna finish this with you, and then we're gonna. Well, when we do in a minute, we're gonna open up the boxes. So, and let's just get back into we're gonna save all that extra
the boxes?
shit.
Are you talking about just
you want to?
Where everybody's gonna get on them?
Yeah, I thought you said let's. You were asking what is. Okay, so I'm saying we're giving you this one-on-one to get to know who you are and give you like that time to shine. I'm gonna edit it at the end. We'll repost it, put some music and text and shit on there. But for right now, when this is done, we'll open up these over here, and all these could be different people. We're gonna have a discussion,
Okay.
an open discussion.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
random
we can
ass
do that,
people.
man.
Some
That's
of them
cool.
are random. Some of them are people we've been rocking with. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you're
Sure.
good, Wanda. So how old are you?
I'm 40. I turned 40 in September
I'll
this
be
year.
37 here soon. Okay, so we're pretty close in the age. Now, how old was you when whatever happened when you got that 6 years? I didn't know if you said it already.
I was 33. I was 33. So because it was about 7 almost. I was 33 years old.
That's the year I came home, was when I was 33. I did 6 years, 9 months. So a little bit shy of 7.
Yeah.
Now I wanted to ask, so have you ever did any state time? Was it just county jail and fed time?
See, in Memphis, right beside what we got, it's the same street. That's the whole track. It's crazy. It's strip clubs, hotels. It's the whole track. Then you got FCI Memphis, which is the feds. Then beside that, you got something called the Penal Farm, which means if you go to our county, which is real big, Memphis is big as far as our Tennessee is one of the biggest cities in Tennessee. And when we go there, anything less than a 10-year sentence, you go to the Penal Farm. So I've done a lot of time out there at the Penal Farm coming, you know what I mean? I've done a lot of time, but that's not the state. The state of Tennessee is Trisdale, West High, all that. I've never been to none of them. But I've flattened 4 trays at the Penal Farm, 2 deuces, so I've been around, you know what I mean, doing it. And they say it's just like the state. So no, but I've never did actual state time. I just did Penal Farm
That's
time.
Like me. I've never done
anybody from the
Fed
South
time.
that knows him. Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
Feds, man.
The chain gang. Maybe you can the chain gang. Like, I'm in from the Midwest, so we do our state time and the oral fed time, that's it. But I keep hearing the chain gang.
Is it? Chain gang is just like we're the chain gang.
Okay, see, I didn't know if that was just the down south.
If we was in jail, if we're in jail, we'd be the chain gang.
I've been trying to figure that out, bro. I thought that was the workers in Louisiana and Georgia and Florida where they go outside and work. I didn't know, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like when they come to transport you and shit, and you're there, that's chain gang. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're all chained up, you're walking together. You know what I'm saying? That's chain gang.
I was trying to figure it out. I got you, because I always thought I saw a thing where Lil Boosie was
been to West High?
Lil Boosie, you know what I mean?
I just see bro asked said he's been to West High. West High.
Georgia, yeah, that's Jacob. So me and him, he got me on with Chad Marks and Blood on Reservoir. He did it first. I had already did After Prison Shows podcast with Joe Guerrero. He's like the GOAT of this shit. He's been doing it for the longest. Well, once I did that, my bro right here saw my interview, so he got a hold of me and said, "Hey, I seen you already did one. Do you want to do another one?" I'm like, "Well, who is it?" Boom, Chad Marks. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have made it. Just like if it wasn't for Jake right there, I wouldn't have been kicking it with Max Streets and Block Rich Monster. So it's like everybody been networking and engaging. I just helped him get on Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. He's another large creator. He's about to do that. So we all help each other in some way. When we bring something to the table, we share. When the other person has an opportunity, then we break bread and do it like that. And I don't even mean money-wise. I just mean favor-wise on things with creators. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
that's what's up, bro. That's what I'm on. And y'all got me. I'm fresh out. I don't know really nothing about it.
Yeah.
Everybody that I talk to, they're like, "Man, Mike, bro, you would be lit." They were like, "Man, you need to do it." You know what I mean? So, because I don't know. Because when I talked to Josh was like, "You know what I mean? Hey, Mike, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you got to, you know what I mean? You got to get on there." So, but I've been hearing you got to do it, a lot. But right now I got the time. You know what I mean? Right now I'm not working. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
If I'm gonna do it and see if it's about anything, it's now. So
yes,
I'm fresh out, dog. You know
you're motivated. You're home. You're motivated. I know.
Yeah, most definitely, dog.
Shine.
I still got suitcases and stuff. This is for getting out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really fresh out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, because I mean, right here at Christmas time and New Year's, everybody's been doing all the Christmas shit. So right now, I'm fine. It's finally settling down because it's after New Year's. So now it's like settling in. Like, man, you know what I mean? Now. Mike's
What's
home,
that feel like, man? That you just had your first Christmas in a while, your first New Year's in a while. Describe what each holiday was like compared to what you just experienced.
All right, I'm gonna say this first off. man, it's so it lets you know how thankful you're really supposed to be. You know how people, they say that we're not really thankful like we should be. Like we take stuff for granted. Like, man, we take so much for granted that we really don't know until we're forced to be in a situation where we're so far down that it's anything up would be. So when it's something so big and drastic, when they take you from something behind, I was behind the wall. We caught behind the wall. That's why the state ain't like it. Nothing's like it, because you're behind a wall. You never see a car. Only thing you see is up. They got kill fences. They got everything. I was in a USP, man. I know it's kind of, I'm explaining to y'all. You got in the feds. You got a camp. They don't even got a gate around it. You got a low. You got a medium, which they're called the FCI. Okay. And then you got a USP.
United States.
That's the biggest one. That's the United States Penitentiary. And that's where all the politics, gang members. That's where Larry Hoover is. That's where El Chapo is. I was on a plane with El Chapo. My neighbor was let me tell you something. I could sit here and name y'all guys. You'd be like, what? I'm talking about, Josh and Selly was karate. So I mean, it's just.
Oh, hey, that dude's on TikTok, ain't he? Is it that dude? Karate.
What's his name? Yeah, his name is
Was he in the mob or something?
Yeah, he was the mob. Yeah, he was the mob.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think that's who it is.
Yeah.
If not, it's just I've heard the rumor of who he is. But there was a dude who had a phone and they called him that, and he was in prison. I think it might be the same dude. So you're saying just going through that and the holidays just gave you a different perspective on life. Like
so yeah, when that's the biggest thing. We take so much for granted. And until you get forced to be in something so low, when you come out here, it's like you see people and they think that they're thankful, but they're not thankful. They're really not thankful. You know what I mean? So that is the difference. Like my drive right now is so much. Like, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. My brother's in a shitty situation, but it ain't no more shitty than mine. But because of his situation, and he's not been in the low where I've been, he's just out here right now, ain't really got no place. He's staying with somebody, you know what I mean? He ain't got a car. He's down and out. And I'm like, man, I'll walk to a bus. I'll do whatever, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, but it's different. How's it different? Because I was in prison and I got more of a drive. Yes, that's why, because you're more thankful.
Absolutely.
They think they're thankful, but they're not. How can that be your excuse? Act like you just got out of prison, motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that's what you got to do,
Yeah.
So, that's what I would say, so when people really think that they're thankful, maybe they really need to think, are they really? Think of the worst and then think you could be there. What gets me up every morning other than my daughters, and stuff like that. But when I get up and I think about them guys and behind that wall right now and what I would do, I would sleep on a speed bump just to know that I could get up and go piss when I wanted to and shit goes through, you know what I mean? So,
that's crazy.
That's
man.
what so.
I already know. I agree with that, man. It's like and people in the chat on both phones, YT and TT. We're gonna get to everything you're saying in a little bit. And Jake's coming in, both Jakes actually, and a lot of other people here in a minute. So with that, man, I hate going back and forth, but it's something we got to do. It's like you got to have a damn.
Why not?
Your brain. Well, I'm saying
that's what I want you to do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Ask me something.
I meant to them and you and back and forth, and I gotta have an ADHD brain, dude, to make it work. So with this, look, I'm gonna say like this: with the way you're got that like glow right now, you're fresh out, you're so grateful, and not only that, we all who done time have or even not, some people just came from a recovery life, addiction or crime life, anything. You got like an avenue of a doorway you could walk through because people are so interested in watching the transformation. And a lot of people don't realize that. You did a prison bid, that's a dark thing, but you could turn it into a light and a positive from a negative, right? And you would be surprised. You get on here, hit record and talk, go to sleep and wake up, and you gain a couple hundred followers. You keep doing that, you build a community. I just, I like to try to push people in that direction, whether they ever come back and fuck with me ever again or not, it doesn't matter. It's just we should always do this to uplift each other. And
most definitely, man. I mean, it's crazy because, it's crazy because I got tablets to where when I was writing in there, Torman, when I was doing these, getting these certificates and stuff, and I wanted to get my own I want to get my own rehab, my own recovery center. Like I told you, I've been to so many of them, so I know I could run one and I could have the best one. I know I could, because I would take a little out of each one and make it, you know what I mean? And I've got it all wrote down from A to Z, dog. And then I was going to do like a little mentor nonprofit organization. See, I really didn't know much about stuff like this because I'm in there. We don't have phones. If you catch a phone in the USP, they're $10,000, $20,000. You know what I mean? So my motherfuckers, when they do got them, they're straight business. They use them a little bit and put them up. It ain't nothing like in the state where everybody's got phones, and it's not like that, you know? Mm-hmm. So I said that to say this, you know, I've been trying to do something like this. So this is like, man, you know what I mean? I'm just waking up every morning, and, you know, that's why I knew I was going to get a hold of you today. Like I said, me and Chad was going to do something the other day, but he has some stuff come up, so I'm kind of letting him breathe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
but I'm
good,
going to give it to him raw and uncut when I do it with him, because I told him I was going to do it first. I'm going to give him raw and uncut, like, you know what I'm saying, inside the scene, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to read some of my shots, let them know, you know what I mean, I booked this dude for this reason. I booked this dude for this reason. You know, I got this dude off the yard for this reason, you know, and you know, it's going to be kind of cool, but
he'll get you together,
you know,
trust
I most
me.
definitely.
He's gonna
man. I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it, man. For y'all those watching, man, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I really do.
No, absolutely. I see you from Watertown. That's what's up. I was just telling him about Warren City and Youngstown. He's from Memphis, so he's like not familiar with very much with Midwest. He's from, you know, down south, but someone just said they're from our area. Shout out to everybody in the chat. So with what you just said, Chad, now look, right now we're just kind of introducing you. We're doing a live session together. I do interviews on Riverside FM where it's like just me and you. Nobody's watching. It's off live. It's pre-recorded. Then I can edit it. I love those, and they're better. But what's good about this is it's like in your face right now, real live engagement. Like I could repost this later on, which I am. I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna tag you in it on other platforms. That's cool.
Do that, because I want people to be able to see it. Because I know that there was a couple. I went down there to get my Wi-Fi fixed, and them girls down there were like, "Oh, we're gonna follow y'all." So I had to see them, my daughters, everybody that's be following me. I didn't see nobody jump on.
They're gonna find you.
So yeah, I mean, I was hoping that I would have that many up there. You know, 15 by myself.
You will. You know, right now, you're just in here with mine. You know what I mean? You're just in here with mine.
Yeah, right. And I told them, I gave them yours. And I told them, you know, we'd be on there for a couple hours. So that's probably what it is. They're just gonna get on there. They'll probably
No. What it is, bro? Right now, that's what I was trying to explain earlier. Now you're a guest on mine, so right now we're sharing the viewers. But when I tried to have you co-host, that would have been that you have your own and I have my own. They see both of us. That's why I originally said do that, because it's better. You're getting your watch hours and you have your own viewers plus mine. Killing two birds with one stone. But because you haven't hit them 3 lives yet, 30 minutes apiece, this is our only avenue. But yeah, you will be doing that within a couple of days. And the Chad thing, he'll get you together. He's gonna edit it good. He did mine. He's real good at what he does. He's gonna help you get a lot of exposure. I'm still relatively new. I mean, I'm very grateful with what we've accomplished. But like you're gonna
accomplish a lot, man.
He's the better route, I would say. Maybe I'm just my worst critic. I don't know, but I think when you do it with Chad, you'll see a big difference. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you though. I heard what you said. Everybody who's in here, you'll be coming in soon. I see a bunch of guest requests. Everybody following me. I'm following back. Follow him.
Appreciate it,
He's trying to get his shit up. Follow right here where the big screen, Michael Smith. And then we're gonna do a little follow train, people that's, you know, doing what they're doing. So
any questions y'all got about it? You know, like I told, if you know any feds, anything like that, man, I'd be happy to answer any questions y'all got, man. You want to hear a shot? Tell me, man. I'll tell you one.
Wanda just said she followed you, so if you want to follow people back, you know, that's what we usually do. That's up to you. Now with the shots,
most definitely. You follow me, I'll follow you back, man. I appreciate one. Thank you, Wanda.
I brought home all mine too, right? Oh, and real quick, someone said, do you know Matt Burwald? Does that ring a bell?
Don't ring a bell.
Someone else said they followed you too. I was on blood time in the feds. Okay. See, a lot of these people.
Where was you at? Was you in the USP or was you FCI or what?
And now, but this, I was saying the shots thing, I got like, I don't know, about 70 my whole time, but I brought home like 20 of them, the good ones, and not like petty, stupid shit.
Right.
But I got them, and I've done stories.
Stabbings and stuff like that.
Yeah, serious shit. Right. I had like, I have some of those, like, not that I'm saying STG shit, violence, fights, and crazy different tickets and gang file, all that. but some of them was just dumb. But then the ones that are good, I went into story times and I'll tell my version. Then I'll read the conduct report and be like, well, this is what the CO had to say. So when you do that, now that you're gonna be a content creator, all that shit you brought home is like gold, bro, because it's gonna make your stories and your situation so much more interesting. They're gonna be able to, you're gonna be able to put something with it and be like, oh, look, there's a photo of this. You got your photo albums and shit.
Yeah,
all that's gonna come in handy. You want to show photos, put it with it when you tell stories, like, oh, the story I told last week. Here's bro right here. This is me and him. Shit like that if you can.
Right.
But
all right, for sure. Hey, bro, you said you was at FCI in North Carolina. Where are you from? Are you a New York blood or are you on Cali? Cali blood? What type of blood was that you said? Because I would know. I'll tell you what the big homies I was with in the USP. You know what I mean?
We'll be done with this in a minute.
My story. So what she said on his discretion what's she talking about?
Let me see. New York, New Jersey. Hey, there you go, Jacob. Somebody's from New Jersey, bro. Oh, brims. Yeah, he knows about that. He was selling with some brims down.
Okay,
Brimstone.
Okay.
I think it's called Brimstone.
Okay. I was in there with Frank White. Frank White was my partner. Frank White? I think he might have had started the 90s or something. ADX, Pistol Pete's in ADX. I know Pistol Pete.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, big homie. That's the big homie. He's been in ADX for a while.
I followed you back, money. Hey, they said FCI North Carolina, and you also just said, yeah, you knew him, but we all heard of him, I think. Wanda said she was talking about her son had a situation that can relate. It's her discretion, like she said, for you, if she wants to share that in the comments. But she's saying she has a heart for anyone who's been locked up because she's, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, thank you, man. I thank you. I mean, we need it, man. It's crazy because I didn't get on any dating websites or nothing. A lot of my homies did while they was in there, but I just never got around to it. And, man, when I tell you I didn't have nobody around with me, I didn't have nobody around with me, my family, like my mom and dad's. But, like, you don't want to call your mama every day. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean.
I already know. You can only talk about so much.
7 days a week. Yeah, right. You can only talk about so much, you know what I'm saying? So it was me, man. You know what I mean? The ones that I thought loved me, outside. My whole back is covered. It said, blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, like, I got my whole.
I like that.
My whole back, you know what I'm saying, is covered with it.
Yep.
So, because it don't matter that you're blood because, blood will run off. Out of sight, out of mind. You'll find out a person's loyalty.
Ain't that crazy?
Real quick. Love, you know what love stands for, right?
What?
Loyalty overvalues everything. Because if you ain't loyal, you ain't got nothing. But if you're loyal, it's love, man. You know what I mean? So loyalty overvalues everything. So you know what I mean?
I like that. Somebody said the word I can't say, SMM, which is blank, money blank. And that's Pistol Pete, right? So people know what you're talking about. And then Wanda said, I lost my son in 2020 while he was in state custody here in West Virginia. I want to get into that with you if you want to.
Fact. You ain't got
could
love
do a true crime thing about that. No, I was just telling her I want to do a true crime thing about her son if there's any kind of suspicion behind it. Like she's talked, there's a lot of shit going on in these prisons, man. Like, and D, are you familiar with D?
I'm telling you, dog, man. Listen, man, I've seen so many bodies. Do you know that nobody dies in the feds?
Really? What do you mean? There's no paper trail?
Now listen. There you go. So I've seen them. It doesn't matter if they've been hanging from a rope, from a sheet in the cell for 2 days. When they get them out and take them out, there'll be a paramedic, a nurse. He'll be on top of them, pumping them the whole time that they're taking them out. So they don't. Until he gets on the outside of the gates once they leave the fence. That's when they'll say he was dead. That'll be his dead time.
Damn, man, that's trifling. Someone just said nope. Ronnie, he was agreeing with you, and then Jake said Georgia's system's fucked up too.
What's up, Ronnie? What's up, dog?
Is that your people?
Yeah, Ronnie's my guy. Me and Ronnie, you know what I'm saying? We linked up through Josh. Yeah, man.
Okay, and that's something else I was about to say. You got Josh Brown and D from the Reentry Project, Kyle from Federal Prison Tips, and Aaron Pila. Them people right there, and Christine Adamore, they all run together, and they got some of them are involved in the Loved Ones I think it's Loved Ones Coalition. I think it is. I don't want to be butchering that. But yeah, I've talked to all of them. Well, because Wanda mentioned West Virginia, I want to know if D knows about that because he's from there.
Right,
so we'll get into that later, Wanda. We'll get into that later. They ain't pronounced dead until they leave the ground. Man, see, I never heard no shit like that. They're fucking trifling.
Yeah, bro, it's messed up, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. And then, like, it's free rec at some yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you kill a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? They call it free rec. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I've heard that.
Nowadays, it's getting a little bit more tighter, man. They're really starting to lock these systems down. If you know, Ronnie, you know, like now, like most, like Beaumont, it went from bloody Beaumont to buddy Beaumont to modified Beaumont. You know what I'm saying? And like Coleman 1, and Coleman with Coleman 2, that's a drop here, but Coleman 1's locked down all the time. People are fucking the system up. They're all going to drop yards. It's just the whole system's fucked up. So if you meet a dude from the USP and he walked active yards and he never took that left, never went to a drop yard, then never got ran up, you got a real official nigga. You ask Ronnie,
yeah,
that's
it's
a real
hard
official
to
nigga.
find
You know what I'm saying? Like, and not only that, I was on game time. I was Latin folks. We the SCRs. We fall up under a Latin folk umbrella, which is 38 entities in the feds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But we're in a coalition with the V's, the G's.
I've heard about all of this.
The Stones. You know what I'm saying? We're all in a coalition together. Yeah. The Midwest is even in that coalition now because the DC dudes got so big that the Midwest and the coalition got together. We're the biggest car in the yard. So when we step, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
niggas is ducking red.
I have heard about this.
Better, you know,
Andy Lang, C-Dub, Cincinnati Wild Boy dude told me about
Ronnie,
that.
You my dog. Hey, Ronnie, tell him, man, there's something serious in there, ain't it?
It's kind of Big Sandy. Hey, Chad always talks about Big Sandy, Chad Marks, and some of his
Big Sandy, hey, listen, Big Sandy's about that action. You go to Big Sandy, man, it's free rec. Yeah, that's
300 people was unalived in Georgia in 2025, Jake said.
Ain't nothing bigger than blood.
Right.
Man, listen, man, y'all members, man. At the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? I was on gang time, y'all members. So after if it ain't the coalition, your members are just like, same thing. In Atwater, the members and us all had the table together. Bloods and the Crips and, all of us.
Pick or nothing. Yeah, the people who don't got profile pics, they're not following me, and we never talk to you, and you come in, the first thing you do is ask to come in. I find that rude for real. Now he keeps commenting saying let me in. So no, it's I got homies in here waiting to come in that I still ain't let in. So you keep commenting that, and I don't know who you are, and why don't you got a profile pic, and you ain't even had the courtesy to follow or drop a comment and then say that. Hey, you'll learn, bro.
Yeah, we don't even know. You might jump on our screen and start saying something crazy.
There you go. Come on, I'm glad you understand that.
Ain't no disrespect or nothing,
man.
Right,
I'm not even trying to be disrespectful.
Do it respectful.
I get what you. Hey, look, you understanding that right off the rip is a good sign because some people would probably be like, well, why not? That's what it takes. You got to think outside the box. That is exactly it. You're opening up a fucking doorway to put yourself at risk anytime. So what I like to do is build it up.
How do I follow your host? Ronnie wants to know how he wants to know how you follow your host.
You click the box on the right, and I'll follow you back. Here, I'll just hit it for you so you can hit it. Oh, you got it. All right, good shit. I hit it. It said you're private. He said
his content is mainly comedy packs. So, yeah, he was wanting to come on here and clown anyway. That's all he wanted to do.
You could have him join, too. It's up to you. We can run this as long. I mean, and we wanted to introduce you. I got now we have 3 or 4 people wanting to come in. So, when you're ready anytime, we could get more about you out, do another 5-10 minutes, and then do that if you want. It's up to you. And then we'll open it up for everybody.
Ask me. Let's do another 5 minutes. You can ask me another couple questions, and then we'll do it. You know what I mean? That way,
yeah, absolutely.
If they want to ask anything or what, but just think of some good stuff, and I'll tell you, man. Like I said,
I got you right now.
Anything, most dangerous, most less dangerous, whatever you want to ask.
So, you know what I mean? So USP's being that United States Penitentiary, right? So what is that's the one everyone knows going there is off the chain. Like in Ohio, we got Lake Erie level 2, Lebanon Disciplinary 3, and Lucasville level 4. Them are some of the 3 spots you're getting in a fight that first day. And if you ain't if you're not a part of an organization, you might want to think about doing it, or you're going to have a black eye every single day, and you're going to be carrying that hawk, scared, nervous every single day, because that's the type of prisons these are. Is that kind of how USP is? Is it just so active?
It's total, or what? No, it's a different type of dangerous. It's completely different than that. And that's funny you asked that question, because when you're in there, a lot of guys are like, man, if it was state, we was in a state, this wouldn't be going on. But it's vice versa, the same thing, because in the feds that won't, because you can't you can't extort nobody, you can't do nothing. It's everything's respect so high up here, man. You ain't doing nothing to nobody. Everybody's got a car. you're dealing with a whole car, and you can't even go to that car without hollering at your speaker or somebody in your car. So everything is orchestrated and real. It's different. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's way different, but it's very, very dangerous because it's so respectful that they'll keep it respectful when they're fit to put one of them in you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, when you're in state, everybody's wild. So, you know, you motherfuckers got to watch their back. Motherfuckers is, you know, in the feds the same way. You got to watch your back, but it's like, it's different, bro.
I do get exactly what you're saying. It's a different kind of dangerous.
And, you know, we got real estate. Like, when we come into a cell, like, only certain cells you can go in. Like, police will put you in a cell. When you come in, you got to get with the homies to be like, where they got you? Oh, they got you over here. Nah, we're going to say, we over here.
They're going to CO, like, bring them in here.
Right. This is our TV right here. This is our table right here. This is such TV. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? It's different.
Absolutely. That makes
more structure. That's right, get it.
Makes a lot of sense.
More structure.
I was just wondering the differences, and you actually hit that.
But no, the state, as far as like the killings and all that stuff, or the dangers of it, state is dangerous by far still. You know what I mean? I'm not saying nothing about the state. It's different, so different that. You know, a fed baby and a state baby, it's like water and oil. You know what I'm saying? It's just like water and oil. That's all.
Fitness said, I was in Big Sandy. So, look, there in about 7 minutes, we're going to bring open these boxes. Anybody who wants to say things, if you wrote something in here and we didn't catch it, you could send it again or you could join. But so what I want to get into, though, is so you're going through this, right? And, I mean, we got time for future or when we're doing an open discussion, we can get into deeper details. I want to know, what did it affect you coming home, knowing that I can already tell just how it sounds and by the way you carry yourself, what it's like? My girl told me when I first came home to where I am 2 years later is like night and day. How would you describe not only your first day out, but comparing that to the life you're trying to live now? You're 3 weeks out.
Well, man, I'm going to say this. Like I said before, my drive is it's like everybody's going slow, you know, like I'm going to be honest, man, and I ain't being arrogant, man, but I feel like I'm finna fuck them up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, you know what I mean? When I talk to people, like there was a girl I met through my sister the other day, you know, I kicked her with her 2 days and she told me, she was like, you're not normal. I was like, what do you mean I'm not normal? She's like, let me tell you something. She's like, I've been watching you for 2 days. She was like, bro, everybody you talk to, she's like, you know, she was like, you're just different, man. She was like, and I was like, I feel like that, you know what I mean? But when people come up, you know what I mean? I mean, when they know that I'm coming home, you know what I mean? It ain't no secret, I'm coming home. So I let them know I'm coming home. Like,
alienated,
you know, and you get, people are, you know, they're interested in stuff like that. But yeah, my drive is so I feel like everybody's in like a low gear, man. I'm like, I'm tripping, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I just met one of my homies that just got out a year ago. He just told me he copped a Maserati, a Mercedes-Benz. He's up in Little Rock. I'm finna go do some work with him, actually. And he flew past him. He's like, Mike, when I come home, I didn't have nothing, bro. He was like, I had no clothes. I didn't have nothing, bro. He was like, man, I wouldn't take no handouts. He was like, man, I should have had some job. I got 2 jobs.
Packing Visions TV
like,
on TikTok.
That's where I'm at with it, man. I'll sleep standing up, dog. I just got to sleep for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't sleeping the whole time, it doesn't matter. I was still, you know what I mean, not out here. So, you know,
no, I
the only reason I need sleep is to keep the bags out from under my eyes. If I didn't get them, I'd stay up for the next week. You hear me?
Yeah. I was asking because I remember what it was like. I was legit having nightmares. My girl said I was paranoid. This is embarrassing, but to go off of that, go ahead.
Paranoia is for sure. Like tonight, I went to Dollar General, and me and my auntie and my friend was standing there, and this dude they were coming out the store. But I mean, when I looked behind me, bro, I'm telling you, he was right here, man. I was this close. I about already had him knocked out. But I turned around and I was pissed because it scared me. I jumped so hard, and my aunt Teresa was like, Michael. She's like, that's his fault. So she told him to move. He's looking at me crazy. I'm like, bro, you can't do that, man. When I tell you he was right up on me, it wasn't no weird shit. He was right up on me.
And to them, it's normal. They don't think like that. Ain't that crazy? You'd be like, bro, why is that normal out here? But in the joint, everybody got so much respect. You know? We know, give somebody space. Wait your turn. Out here, they'll be like, cut in front of you. Oh, yeah, let me get this. You're like, what the fuck's your problem? But in there, we know not to do that. You know what I mean?
And like in the feds, you don't touch nothing that ain't yours. Like even if it don't, like for instance, you know, I deal with these little vapes. You know what I'm saying? That's all. This just little vapes, nicotine. Well, if I leave one down and my brother or my sister walks by, they happen to pick it up and hit it and put it somewhere else. That's disrespectful. Don't do that.
Yeah.
They're like, you're tripping, bro.
Right.
But I'm so institutionalized. Like I ain't gonna touch nothing today. Yeah, that's mine. Don't touch that.
At least let me know. Right.
Get it, but
yeah. Say something, and I'm gonna.
Because that's just where I come from. But you know, then I feel like I'm being an ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm just you know. Fucked up, bro.
It's good you're doing this. You're venting, so anyone that when I repost it, I'll tag you, and any of your people see it, they'll have a heads up and they'll know they're gonna get this angle from you. It's like it's you know being a content creator or doing interviews is literally like a counseling session. You're saying things, you're getting off your chest what you should talk about. Everybody knows there's things you leave out, certain things. But like when your people see that, they'll be like, "Oh, that's why he been doing this, or that's why he been doing that." I get that, and I'm just happy to see you home, and you know, another person's home doing your. You know, you seem like you got the right. What's you know where you're about to be doing what you want to be doing. I can see we're gonna get it. We're gonna do what we can on our side to get you together. I got Chad's number. I'll text him. Start up a random conversation. Yeah, it's been a few months since I talked to him. But he definitely is the type that he will not forget. If he told you that in the back of his mind, he's thinking, damn, I got to get that interview done one day this week. That's because I waited like 3 weeks and gave up. The last time we talked, I'm like, all right, it's a wrap. I kept bothering my homie Jake in the chat. He said, just trust me. And next thing you know, about 3 weeks later, I got a random text. Hey, bro, what are you doing tonight? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. And he goes, tonight at whatever time we're on. So yeah, I just wanted you to know that. I'm glad because, you know, you know what I'm saying, I'm just giving it a space because, you know, but he did tell me, like, once he heard my story a little bit, he was like, hey man, you know what? I wasn't really gonna want to do anything. He's trying to slow down on it right now. He was like, but now that I'm hearing stories, like, bro, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Let's do yours. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's get it up. Hey, before we forget, if you hit one of your things, please do this off to the side. That's why I keep disappearing. Because if not, they'll restrict you where we'll still be up here, but they will make it a lesser audience that sees us. So you can do this. If we do what? If you hit your thing, go like this. So and then if you hit it like this, okay, I didn't know if you knew. Like that's why I got my paperwork too. I got my paperwork with me. Somebody said that. It's just a document. Yeah, and John's we got something going on too. Chelsea, what's up? I gotta remember who some of these people are. Chelsea 99. Hey, brother. Hey, you know Chelsea? Is that your people by chance? They said, hey, brother, but it's a female. Yeah, that's my brother. That's my sister. Look at this. Look at this. So this is my paperwork. That makes sense. Dude just got on there and said, I still got my paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I came out with mine. You know, there's my charges if y'all can see that. Followed everybody back that I seen follow me. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's up there. But at least you're showing it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to read, but at least you got it because I keep hearing that's a big thing. Most definitely. Well, you know, like I said, you're not going to walk them yards. So it's like this. If anybody knows anything about the feds and you meet a guy like me and they say they're coming from a USP and he walked all active yards, he's official. That's like the plugs and the drug lords in there. They won't even talk to you. The Sinaloa cartels until you get cleared. Once you get cleared, oh, you're straight. They know that, you know what I'm saying? You don't, you're a stand-up nigga, so or dude, you know what I'm saying? So whatever the case may be, that's your driver's license, dog. You know. Yeah, you gotta have that, don't you? I keep hearing that. Yeah, it's like it's a stigma behind it. Like, see, in the state, what we'll do is we'll go up to the CO and be like, well, you know, literally go up and be like, hey, there's a ride-in today, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, will you look on there and tell us if any Cho's coming? We want to know if someone's coming to my room, let me know what organization they are. They will literally try to keep you together. Like I've been to spots where they'll immediately throw me in there and I'll find out they're either GD, Simon City Royal, or La Raza, you know, everything. And it's by design that they do that. And I at first I thought it was coincidence until I caught on STG does that on purpose. Them COs punk ass trying to get some action. Well, doing that, you know what I mean? Like in that case, they're keeping you together. You're talking about when it's your ops. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. I thought you meant that they will put you together. They do that here too. But if they got a problem with you, they'll throw you somewhere else. Oh yeah, absolutely. If they don't like you, they're gonna put you in there and sit back and watch and say, let's put them in this block where we know it's ran by whoever they're at war with and shit. That's fucking crazy, but they do. I've heard. You know, I've never been in a spot like that in the feds. It's not like that. You know,
but they will. The COs will let you know when, like, mostly the white boys, when you're up there in the Mid-Atlantic, Big Sandy, Lee County, Hazleton, and Macquarie. That's them country white dudes up there, man, and they're with them white dudes. So if there's a chomo coming on the yard or a rat or something, they just won't give them a mat, and you'll be like, you know what I'm saying, like. You know, the dude will be asking for his mat, and then we know that if he didn't get a mat, that means that, you know,
you're helping him.
That's just one up. Josh brought it up. That's just another one. You know, we're gonna find out. COs will usually tell us if it's a chomo. You know.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I had one day I got to Trumbull Walls, and when I came in there and my bunkie, he got to saying some shit, and he goes, you know, your people will be over here to see you in a little bit. I said, well, matter of fact, I'm gonna go find them, and he goes, but I had the CO look you up. They already know, and that's all right because that's what they do. But it's the fact of the matter that it wouldn't have mattered. No matter what, it wouldn't have mattered. I always get off the bus and go try to find my guys anyway. But they was already knowing I was coming before I got there because my bunkie wanted to know who he was about to live with. So it'll all play out regardless. And that's just how.
Yeah, most definitely. If you're a stand up dude, man, I was scared a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, because of a certain situation where when you got a bunch of dudes with these right here, man, you know what I mean. And there's a chance you won't come out, or you might take one of their lives, so you always got to remember that. You're not worried about the dude that knows how to swing one. You're worried about the dude that don't know how to swing one. And actually hit you in the lungs or something like that because he's scared for his life, and you know what I mean, he's swinging, it's crazy. We make something called a Thor's hammer in there. What we do is we take them two locks, the two big locks that go in your locker.
Yeah.
We take a magazine, roll it up real tight, take a piece of sheet, we tie that up, take a piece of sheet, put it through there, pull it through both them locks right here, both of them, pull it back around, pull it up, and make a knot at the very end where it can't go nowhere, and put it around your wrist, and that lock is tight on the top, and man, we call it a Thor's hammer. When I tell you that thing will take your life with one hit,
I bet
it will take your life, bro.
That's
so
new
it's
to
dangerous.
Me.
Like, and the way you use them, like you gotta, when you hit somebody the first time and pop them with it, you gotta just. You can't hit them at full swing. You'll kill them. You just want to get them on the ground. Then you want to body shot them. Just, you know what I'm saying? You're breaking. Every time you hit them, man, I'm telling you, man, they're swelling up as big as pumpkins. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds dangerous.
It's nasty, dog.
Let me ask you if you ever heard of
nasty shit in there.
You ever heard of this? I learned this in Lake Erie, where they showed me you put the padlock on your. Well, first you put it in a net bag. And I got mine right here. You put it on one of these, but you slide your wrist through. And it's one of these bags like this, right? The net bag.
Yeah.
And then you cut the hole, you put it on your wrist, but you put the padlock that's connected to however length, you set it on your wrist, and you put a rubber band around it, and you wear a hoodie or a coat, and you're just chilling all day like this. Nobody knows. But if you swing like this, the weight is gonna pop that rubber band, so it just comes out like it's fucking Spider-Man or some shit. You know what I mean? That was wild to me, bro.
Yeah, that is wild. No, I didn't know about that one. That one was
just at Lake Erie. I seen him doing that. Hey,
my favorite, because there's a lot of metal detectors. I'll go get one of them fire extinguishers. They'll have them all through there, but a lot of times you can't get in there. But I'll try to find one or get a key from somebody that works maintenance. And I get that pin that you pull out of there. You pull that pin out, and it curls up like this, and it comes in. And if you straighten that piece of metal out, it's just a thin piece of metal. You straighten it out, roll it out. And you know what I'm saying? And you get you a good handle on it and sharpen it. It's an ice pick. And man, when I tell you can stick it in the bricks and it sticks in there, and you can get it through metal detectors, that's called a floater in the feds. You call it a floater. So you know what I mean? You're coming through the feds. So I always got mine right here. I'm in when everybody left their steel back at the you know what I mean, in the dorm, I'm strapped.
Absolutely.
So I always got the ups,
or whatever.
And all my homies used to ask me, they would see it, they'd be like, yeah, because you can use plastic, but what I had was steel metal. They'd be like, you strapped, man, stay strapped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no matter what. Because that metal detector will get you. There's like at Lebanon, they'll do checkpoints. You're walking down the hall, and they'll put it up in the middle of the hall.
That's what's up, Ronnie. Can't wait, Ronnie.
A wrap. Hey, you ever heard of how they pop the bottom of the chairs? Like if they could get away with making one of them plastic chairs disappear for a few days to where 12's not asking where it's at. Once they know they're not looking for it and they got it ducked off in somebody's room, they can break it down, bro. You can make so many hocks out of that, and they're gonna pass the fucking metal detector.
See, but I made some like that because you can make them out of boots. You can take the steel toe out the boots and make them, with the fiberglass out of it. You can make them out of the mirrors. If you ever seen the mirrors, you can melt them down, make them. But like, I wouldn't get caught dead with one of the feds because I don't want to take a chance on nothing because I know that he might have steel. I want steel. if I don't want steel, I want something metal. I ain't trying to play with you. You're playing with my life. You know what I'm saying? So better not about nobody hand me no chair, nothing like that. I don't want nothing like
That's
that.
just for the backup plan, right? You're saying that in your mind, you want some steel.
Like,
yeah.
Right. Okay. That's
crazy.
In the arsenal.
Yeah, that's just something to have maybe like as a backup in your, you know what I mean? I see what you're saying. You want a real deal, probably like a bone crusher if something happens.
Right, because it's your life you're playing with, you know, so I'm toting it around every day. You never know when there's going to be a race ride, you know, because you got to think, it don't have to do nothing with you to be a race ride. You got to think, just say the Muslims get into it with the Mexicans, okay? The Muslims are different, but they're part. There's blacks in there, so if you're on black time, the blacks are going to ride with them. If they get into it with the whites, you know, and they're the whites, the Mexicans, and the natives. They all ride together. Now they're not in the same cars. They don't politic together, but they ride together if a race ride pops off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But everybody knows if a race ride pops off in the feds that they're going to be outnumbered with the blacks because you got the South car with the blacks, you got the Midwest, you got the coalition. And you got the Muslims. You got DC, Baltimore, DMV. You got all them, so they're just outnumbered. Because in whites and natives, you're gonna have the natives. You're gonna have whites gang members. You know, independents, white gang members, natives, and then if you're on a yard with like Serenos and Paisas, you'll have them. You know, I think Tongo Blast can walk the yard with them. Texas. You know, certain Mexican gangs can't walk with each other. Like MS-13 can't walk with Serenos. When you're on a Sereno yard, you got a black hand. A black hand is who's over all the Serenos. And if you're in the Nathaniel, you got an NF, you know what I'm saying, which is over all the Nathaniels, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's so much, bro, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah, that's
you know, you learn in everybody's cars.
You probably just
you respect over you.
Describe, well, dude, you probably just answered dude's question because someone said I thought it was all races stick together, but you kind of probably just described how that plays out, where it's got a couple gray areas, but it's still supposed to be that way.
Yeah,
in the Fed,
definitely, yeah.
In Ohio, it ain't like that
like
at all.
No, and you know, and it's funny because them Ohio guys, when I was at Hazleton, like I said, you know. And from what I heard, you know what I mean, they like to fight up there, you know, in y'all's county. They said they you know, they like to, they get down up there.
You're going to get into a fight no matter what. In the county, it's going to happen.
And that's cool with being in the feds. You know, you see every religion, you see every gang, and you're actually official. Like they say, when you're on count in the feds, that's when it counts. If you come to the feds and you don't get on count, you don't go home and tell nobody
you don't get no play, no motion.
It's over with.
Right,
it's over with. You just let the feds where it counted and you didn't get on count. So,
I see what you're saying.
And see, I'm different. I got on count, but I told my homies when they told me they wanted me to bring a chapter to Tennessee when I come home. I said, listen, I'd be lying if I said I was going to do that. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good son. I want to be a good brother. I ain't finna go out there and then bring no chapters nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they had to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm talking to two dudes that's got an elbow and, you know what I'm saying, 30 years. Like, bro, y'all ain't finna talk me in. I ain't boo-boo the fool. I ain't finna go out there and do that. You know, so
I done went into all that on my side too. We'll talk about it later. I ain't gonna try to make this. That's like too long of a story to make it about me. But you can either see the interview or I'll explain it, and it goes into detail about my journey. And I went on and off count 3 times, and 3 times at all different spots, and it was just it's a crazy ass story. But what do you want to do? Do you want to bring it open now? We actually got 2 minutes.
Let's open the boxes. Let's open the boxes.
And I'll edit this down after where we'll put it where it's just us. We'll cut out a lot of the middle. I'll tag you. We'll post it. We could always do another part. Josh Brown should be coming over here, y'all. That's his old bunkie. A lot of you guys know who he is. That's his old bunkie. They live together. So that's how we met.
Yeah, that was that. Matter of fact, if y'all heard that story he told about the police doing that to him, I was in the cell with him right after that. I was in the chow hall when he went to the shoe. You know what I mean? It was actually one of my homies. He was on the same time. I was in the same car as Josh at the time. I had not got on gang time yet. That was when I was in a white car. So everything I've told y'all, he can vouch for it and say, yeah, man, that dude right there, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? Like, he'll let you know, man, you know what I mean? I'm official, you know what I mean?
Shit, just the fact that he sent you over here to us, I feel like that's good enough because I already know how he is.
Yeah, he's official.
He wouldn't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So look,
No,
we got
most definitely would, man. Stand up, dude, man. Hey, look, man, we got 27 people watching us now. We done
yeah,
jumped
this is
up.
a
It was just
decent little live.
remember?
This is a decent little live right here. But because some people
I appreciate y'all. Whoever's watching, man, I appreciate y'all.
We really do. So now I know there's too many people. There's 6 boxes. You're already in here. Now let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, we got 5 left. Now anybody that's gonna get involved
okay, you was
in
in
this,
Beckley. I know a couple guys who was in Beckley, dog.
I want to try to keep the discussion as it is going, and that ain't no disrespect to nobody that can't relate to this, because that's a good thing if you can't relate to this. But we're gonna do it in 2 segments. I'm gonna let people come in, kind of keep the prison talk going, and then we'll kind of slowly back away from that and keep it as an open discussion. Or whether you've been in prison or you got a loved one in prison or any type of life with that, that's what I'd like to do. That way we can keep it going. Like Shay, I want to have her come in. I don't know if she wants to do it or wait. Because I got John, got to bring him in. Where's he at? He was supposed to be a part of it. He's doing his own interview, actually. Where'd he go? All right, so if you want to send an invite, there's 4 more. What's up, Jake? That's Jacob Gentry right there, y'all. Missy,
what's up, Jacob?
Back. You want to come in here too? Shay, you want to come in? Where's this? More? Who is this? Marcus. Did you mean to send that? Some people bumped the button. Hey, man, imagine this. Bro. Hit the button, they'll be like, bro, I didn't even hit that. And then they'll not even know they're about to pop on screen.
Yeah.
It's easy to bump.
So I was in the southern region of jail, Beckley, when he passed. Damn, man. I hate to hear that. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I know a lot about Beckley. A lot of people go to Beckley SFCI, though. You know what I mean? He wasn't in the USP, yeah. I know a little bit about Beckley, but I was out there. Yeah, Beckley be jumping. Yeah. It's a wild ass place, man. West Virginia's got some hood ass places like Huntington, West Virginia. Damn, I've never seen no shit probably like that. West Virginia is where Hazelton's at, and then I'm telling you, bro, the COs up there, dog, they don't play.
Okay, Shay, thank you. If anybody, I made you a mod.
I'm here. I'm here if you need me, but I'll let you guys do your thing.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And then if someone wants to swap to talk, then we will.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me
know.
In
the meantime.
Or you can just pop me down. If you want to take the guys up and, keep doing what you're doing.
All right. If you're cool with that, I appreciate it. We'll do it after. We'll have you come in.
No problem.
Okay, cool. I'll tell Monique you said hi, too. She's in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's one of our mods and our friends, and her and Monique, we all stay in contact. So let me see. Robert, did you want to come in? Robert Reed.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are just watched you do this, and at 27, I say that because they're not always.
What?
Well, I said usually sometimes we might hit like 15 at once because on TikTok I feel like they did something to slow my algorithm down, but this is the biggest one I've had in probably like a month, to be honest. 27, hitting 27. Right. That's on you, though.
We hit 28. I think we might have hit 28 at one point. I thought
probably. Well, I appreciate that because that means part of that's from you. People was liking what you was talking about, obviously.
Yeah. It's my pleasure, bro. That's what I'm here for.
No problem.
I'm glad you're the one that was consistent with me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I got
a lot of texting at first, huh? You was like, man, what's up? We need to talk, dog. I was texting shit.
Yeah. I did. I remember, yeah. I'm following everybody back that followed. He said he will too. He actually just getting on TikTok. So even if you got to do it at one time, when you jump off, it's going to light up and tell you all these people. It's going to keep popping up on the screen. All you got to do is just keep tapping it, or you could run through now. Click a name. It'll say follow back. If it says follow back, that means they already, followed you, obviously. So.
Are you talking about on mine?
Yeah, like if you want to know, you can look at the chat and
just click a name.
Yeah, click a name. If it says follow, then they haven't yet. If it says follow back, tap that, and now you guys are engaging with each other.
How long was you locked up?
Okay.
Michael? 6 years. 6. Yeah, 6 years. I've been gone since 2000. I left in 2019, but I got sentenced in 2020, so I've been gone 6 years.
Pizza time.
Yeah, when COVID hit, I was locked up for COVID.
Hey, COVID was the worst, man.
I came home at the beginning of the.
Hell yeah, K Little.
Man, it was the worst in prison too, man. Because we thought the world was ending. You can only imagine. We're like, fuck, we're gonna die in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I already know. I was there when it was coming around too.
YouTube, what's up, y'all? My bad that
Yeah.
I was doing that, and it's kind of hard to engage with both.
Motherfucker gotta wear the mask everywhere, but I mean, like I said, man, it was
Emily, what's
crazy.
up?
Quarantine
Just
2 weeks
everything
in a
about it
hole.
was crazy, bro. I slipped the
Bro,
card in there,
who's
so they
this, sir?
quarantined 2 weeks
Oh,
in a
I ain't
hole.
finishing it. That's why I don't finish the whole name, because I already know motherfuckers
You
gonna
ever
say
been to
shit
the
like that.
feds?
Yeah, I was at Beckley.
I say part of it, just so I
FCI
can
Beckley.
see how it's gonna sound.
Oh, you're the one that was at Beckley? Okay.
Yeah, I did 5 years. Okay, I just got off probation
Baker,
too.
yeah.
Actually, this month on the 12th. Well, December 12th, I just got off probation.
Than this.
I got two. When did you get out? When did you get out?
Canadian, brother,
December 12th, fucking 3 years ago.
federal.
Damn.
Damn, I never heard of
Okay,
that.
you don't know
So you
Jay
from-
Jay Money?
You're from Canada, and you're saying
You don't know Jay
that's the
Money? White boy with
provincial.
the dreads, got golds in his mouth.
I'm actually interested in that.
No, I don't think so.
I'm
No.
on TikTok.
He
if
was
you
young. I
want
don't
to be a
think he was
part of
on.
it.
Yeah, he had. They
This is
ended up
just the
jumping on him
back-
in the chow hall, man.
like the
He
background.
had a lock, man. He went out with him like a gangster. But
So you guys
I
can
was
listen.
at the transit center with him.
It's called Packy
Yeah, you
Business
know, 'cause he was a
TV.
white boy
Same
with
name
dreads
as
with
this
golds in his
on
mouth. He's from
TikTok, and
Mississippi.
then you can see
I
the
ended up meeting
actual.
him in transit. I met a couple
podcast.
people going to Beckley. You know, when you're going to transit, you know,
I
Atlanta's the
don't be
hub.
paying no attention to
Atlanta,
the trolls
Oklahoma,
anymore.
you know, that's where you're going, so you're
It's
going
a
to be
new
around.
year.
Everybody. That's where I went.
Emily, I got you,
It's
but
messed up, man.
I've done 6
But
podcasts.
now
If
in
you want to
Oklahoma,
listen
you
to
can't.
them, they're all
You can't. When you get on the
all
computer,
around
like
on
if you want to
different
buy
famous
phone calls
podcasts.
from me,
But I
you
talk
can't
about
put
my
numbers
stories
on my shit
sometimes.
no more. I can't put it on yours.
Lately, I've
You
been
get
making
2
it
phone
about
calls
other
a day, you
people
can't get
because
no
I
more
already
than
got
that.
my
They
story
don't
out
give you
there.
Pop-Tarts on Saturday no more. Man, it's just all kind of crazy, dog. You know what I'm
What
saying?
are you
Like,
talking about? Guess what?
no, you can't. Well, the orderlies, you can't get no commissary pretty much. You know, just like over the counter stuff. But the orderly can get one bag. Like whoever's the orderly. So that's why when you first come through the door, you got to ask for an orderly job and hope that somebody gets on a plane
Well,
and
get
they
the
bump
fuck
you
off
up to
of
the
here,
orderly
then.
job and you can get you a bag
Weird
call
ass shit.
if you're there long enough to get your commissary. Because a lot of times
Emily,
you're not there but a couple nights.
I'll tell you.
For like a week.
Man, this
Like
girl
if I
that,
ended this and I was just
man,
on here, I'll
this
tell my
girl
whole
that man
story.
works
So
in a
I
chocolate
appreciate you.
shop, dog. And she brought me, man, when I tell you all kinds of bad ass chocolate, it's real expensive chocolate. Like these are graham crackers right here. Look at these. These are graham crackers covered in chocolate and shit like that.
Yes.
Wish I could give y'all some.
Yeah. Thank you for all them likes.
Yeah, but Beckley would have been a blessing to me, dog. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
'cause
had
you was at USP, wasn't
26 points when I came to the feds. I had 26 points when I came to the USP, and I had 41 when I left. So there was no working my way down. I was too short to work my way down. So I just embraced the USP. You know.
Yeah. You said you was at Hamilton?
I was at 4 spots. I started out Macquarie. I went from Macquarie to Lee County. Lee County to Hazleton. And Hazleton to Atwater.
Yeah, I was at 2. I was at FCI Beckley, and then I went down to a low to FCI Milan, Michigan. Milan, Michigan was sweet, bro.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was super sweet.
Did y'all have a fence? Did y'all have a fence around y'all?
Yeah, we had a fence still, but it was sweet as fuck though. Compared to the medium high, it ain't. I mean, I know the medium high is like the USP.
How much?
The what?
How much were phones? How much were phones at Beckley?
I never seen a phone at Beckley.
Or at where you was at? How much were phones there?
2,500.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Heather sent you some gifts, Mike.
10 bands. 10 bands in the USB,
yeah, I'm
dog.
cool.
10
I'm
bands.
in the MAT.
Most I ever seen one go for is an iPhone. It went for 4,000. That's it.
Jersey, you could buy them for about 1,000. But in Tennessee,
Hold on.
that shit is wide open. It's all run by the free.
You're good, K.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, real quick.
I didn't even get one because I heard. I got to just go borrow my homies real quick and I'm good. You know what? Why do I even got to keep one?
Hey, everybody, real quick. So, this was Michael right here. We just did the interview. We got my bro Jacob Gentry up here. We just had Robert Reed came in. My homie Jake and my mod is Jake Paul, and then is Mike, and then Gitta. He just came in. I'm introducing everybody. I'm about to step in here and hit a cig and talk to the people that are on YT.
What's good, man?
Yo, what up? I'm gonna talk to these people. Y'all hold it down. I'll be back in 5 minutes, y'all.
That's blood, right?
What up? So I'll just gonna give y'all anybody that cared to even hear or know over here, I was just telling y'all that I just told them I'll be right back.
Say that again.
Yeah, I definitely am in MAT though with the recovery thing. Did you ask? Hold on.
Pierce Manor. Hey, Tua, do you know about Pierce Manors and Elizabeth?
Pierce Manor is not. I don't know about that. I'm from Newark, New Jersey.
Pierce Manors is in Elizabeth.
Oh, it's talking to him. Manors and Elizabeth. Too much child.
Y'all give me 1 second. 17th Street, 18th Street, and Avon.
I know about 18th Street, Avon, from Southbound Drive.
I know about the people from that area. I'm locked up in Trenton. What's up, Heather? In Rahway. I got sent to Rahway. See you, girl. Then I beat my case, and I got to come home. Hey, Heather, if you're watching, hit Mindy up and tell her that I'm on here. Let Mindy know I'm on here, Heather. What's up with y'all, man? What y'all got going tonight?
Yeah, man, watching the Georgia game, bro.
Dave, you alright? You guys alright? I'm just checking. I look in here, you're both in here sleeping. Just checking. Alright, so they're doing, I'm like letting my homie hold it down. They're my mod. I got my mod over there. A couple of my mods. And then I figured I'd hit this cigarette in here because YouTube don't care if you smoke. That's what it all boils down to. You too, Emily? Candle, what's up? What's that say? Candle, you're new? Somebody said I'm new. So subs, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm on subs. Actually, unfortunately, I got over 900 subs. Oh, hey, that's funny. So I get what's going on though. You're saying new sub here, bro, and you got 900 on YouTube, right? And that's cool because it's hard to get them on YouTube. But she was talking about a completely different thing when she said subs. She had just asked me if I was in recovery. I said yes to MAT. That stands for something. It's a medication people take to stay off of the hard shit. So 2 different meanings. But hey, yeah, 900 is a lot. It really is. Too long. I'm on 3 a day. I've been home. Yeah, I know. I saw your comments earlier. It's really only when I'm on this phone because my iPhone doesn't do that because there's a case. This is a fucking Android. It's my backup phone, and I have 2 so that I could do more content, double the content. And this phone doesn't have a case, so I could easily grab the phone and forget, but I'm trying to remember. Different sub, right? 6 years. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're talking about. Was you cool with COs while you're locked up? I wouldn't say like cool with them, but there was some there was some COs that treated us with a certain level of respect, so we gave them like a little bit more respect to the point where they earned it and they were cool in the block. But me personally, I ain't gonna say like a certain COs for certain reasons, no. But like my organization, there was people who, without me knowing the details and without me even caring to know the fucking details, I don't want nothing to do with that, no illegal shit. We would just know and understand that for whatever reasons, there was guys that are guys liked a lot. We'll just put it that way. You know what I mean? But I myself, I've always just been cool with the COs that was cool with us, and on a level of treating us with respect, like we're human. But at one point, I got really mad at COs, you know, we call them 12. I got a big ass tattoo on my arm that says fuck 12 and it shows 2 middle fingers. And it's because I had one CO that was trying to psychologically fuck with me. Every time I would be sleeping, he would knock on my window and be like, McCombs, we don't take naps around here. Wake your ass up. So I ended up crashing out on him and did some dumb shit. I tricked him and told him to come to my thing. He said, where you at? And he peeked in like this. The hatch was open. He went to go put his tray in there like this, and I fucking I had a coffee bag, but I filled it up with VO5 shampoo, state soap, and water. I didn't do what everybody else would have did because they was giving people charges for that. If you use piss and shit, they was literally giving people charges. So I just gave them an extra shower, you know, right in the face. They got him in the face, the chest. He backed up and took off running because at first he didn't know what it was. He went and got his little reinforcements. I immediately grabbed my mat and put it over the door. Put a mask on, a t-shirt, a wet shirt, knowing that they're going to come spray me. And I had like a 20-minute standoff with the captain and the half-ass SRT squad that they put together, which wasn't the real goon squad, but the COs geared up because they didn't have enough time to have them, you know what I mean? I got in some trouble for that. They wasn't very happy about that. Oh yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. That's how it is. There's some that are cool as fuck. They'll even admit that they could have been in there had one choice been different, or had they got caught or whatever. I brought like, let me see. I've had at least three COs right now. I can think of 1, 2, no, 4. I've had 4 COs come on and do interviews since I've been doing this, which is about 1.5 years. So it's good to get different point of views. Like, you guys hear it from us convicts, right? I got all these convicts on here talking right now, like 6 of them. But when a CO comes on and tells you what happened, how they look at it, this and that, whole different point of view. Like, you get both sides of the story, is what it really boils down to. I've had COs that I knew, and they could have gave me Nexus. Or no, never mind, that's the software on the tablet. Just a Nexus is meaning a CO recognize you, but they don't want to get in trouble for knowing you, so they'll go tell their higher up that they went to school with you, you're their ex, they're your fucking family-in-law, whatever. And when they do that, by law, they gotta come ride you out. Well, there was a couple times that I seen them and they would just act like they ain't know me because they didn't want to fuck me over. You know what I mean? Or they would like nod their head, and it's just a mutual understanding that you already know. If they don't approach you going out of their way to say what's up, then don't do it. Just leave it at that, because they will feel like you're gonna get them in trouble. I don't. If they still work as a CO, I don't. The ones that I've had come on are either retired, or they got fired, or they resigned. You know what I mean? But technically, I think that still would be legal because I've been off parole for a long time. You're only not allowed to talk to COs and staff if you are actively on parole. If you're off parole, I could go hang out with a CO right now and we wouldn't be able to say shit. I could have a CO see my podcast, decide to hop on. I'm considered a civilian now. And just because they work there, as long as we ain't talking about nothing illegal, by law, I'm almost positive there's nothing they can do. But the loophole is you have to be home for 6 months from prison. That's one thing. And the second thing is you cannot be on paper. So if you are one of those two things, you're home for 6 months or on parole, don't do that. That is not a good idea. Put your ass in a lot of trouble for that. I've had COs contact me and be like, hey, I'm scared. I'm about to start next week. I don't know what to do. You know, you got any advice for me and shit like that? I've had that happen a couple times. Yeah, exactly. Hey Odin, are you a CO? I'm just curious because sometimes I've had people come on here and ask things about COs, and then like a week later they'll be like, "By the way, I just didn't want to tell you." That's happened a couple times. They didn't come in like the chat. I mean, to do an interview, but they talk in the chat like this, and then after a while they'll tell me that they're CO. You know, I do a podcast. I'm a life after lockup content creator. I do advocacy for prison reform, so I don't uh put COs in a box like I used to. I actually have grown and moved past that whole fuck the cops thing when it comes to shit like that. You know, I just had my fourth baby. She's 5, 6 days old, and I'm trying to look at things different. You know what I mean? I'd be a complete piece of shit if I treated every single CO and cop like shit just because of their profession. I'm on a level now that if you don't disrespect me, it's all right. And I want you to match my energy, and then we'll be all right. That's all I'm all about. Match my energy. If I'm not rude to you and you're not rude to me, then we're good. If I have respect or anything towards you and you have disrespect towards me, now I'm not gonna like you. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna look at you like fuck you. You're like an op, but I don't do that right off the rip. The whole give and take thing, energy and respect, you gotta give it to get it. Yeah. So look, I'm gonna go back in here. Y'all can listen if you want, and I appreciate the ones who are. You can come over to TikTok and you can be a part of the 27 people who were just in there, or you can actually hop on if you want. It's 1 or 2 boxes open left. So Packy Visions TV on TikTok.
Hey, yo, I love you too.
Hey, I appreciate y'all holding it down.
From the probation officer saying I was released, man, that's a good feeling too, for real.
Man, that's a chain breaker. I don't know if you've ever heard that song, but that's what a real chain breaker is right there, man. You know what I mean?
What's up, Brandy?
Like, you know, because it's a revolving door, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, once they get you, like, you know, it's a fucked up. So, you know, it's a revolving door, man. They pull you over. They got probable cause. You know, if they have anything going on because you're on papers, you know. I learned that out the hard way, you know.
You talking about
I ended up
STG?
going to a halfway house when I first, like when I first came home. They sent me to a halfway house. I got caught up with the phone. I was selling deuce and shit in the halfway house, and I got caught up with the extra phone. So I ended up running from the halfway house, and then they hit me with a fucking escape charge, and then gave me more time. And and then I went back and done the rest of my time, and the time that they gave me added. So it was like 5 years, like 4 months altogether.
Hey, Mindy's your people, right? They said let you know they're in here. They just got a different username, but that's Mindy, the one that says user 2528.
Okay, yeah.
Bro.
That's my little sister, man.
What's
Much
up?
love to Mindy.
Okay,
She's 11 years sober, man. She's awesome, dog. She's
That's awesome, bro.
We just had somebody new come in. So I already introduced everybody before. Jake Paul, that's Mike, Robert Reed, Jacob Gentry, my homie, and then we just had him on as a guest. That's Mike. So yeah, I just want to keep everybody in the loop.
It's Kyle, y'all.
Do you want Mindy to come in here, Mike?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if she wants to. Yeah.
She sent a request, so yeah. Unless she didn't mean to, because a lot of people bump that shit and say it was an accident.
No, if she sees it, she's not dealing with the kids. She'll get on, man. And she's 11 years
She's
old.
in
She's
here.
got a badass testimony
She's
too,
in
man.
here now. I don't know if it was on purpose. But
Mindy.
I could kick her back out if she wants. If she wants me to. Yeah, I think it was an accident, bro.
Hey, Mindy.
I'm gonna go ahead and just disconnect her because I could tell it was an accident.
Yeah.
And then if she's hearing us, so if you want, a lot of people, bro, what they do is they bump it, they come in and they freeze because they get nervous because now everybody can see them and hear them. And it's like, I've seen it so many times. And then once I kick them out, they'll laugh and say, haha, that was an accident.
She said, she said, man, get at me next time. I'm laying down watching you guys.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, she
That's
must
what's
have
up.
bumped the button. What's up, 1105? Okay, Hiddle, we talked on
Yeah,
here before, right?
Yes, sir.
I thought I recognized that name. It's just I get so
Yeah.
confused, man. So many
Yeah, I was,
fucking pieces.
I was in
Faces,
Pickaway.
people,
I'll talk to you about Pickaway.
pieces. Yeah, that's what
I
it
need
is.
to file Pickaway during COVID and all that shit.
Pickaway, man. That's the spot, y'all. That's a level 2 open dorm, and I heard you could get more shit in there for cheaper than you could out here. Everybody got a rig. They're out in the day room, right in the middle of the dorm, just putting it right in their arm and just crazy shit, bro. That's one of them kind of spots.
I had 2 phones, 5 years. Never got jacked with one. So.
Exactly. They don't care. You're just having
Yeah,
fun. It's like one big
2
party.
years. You had
I had 2 phones, 5 years. Never lost one.
2 phones, 5 years. That's badass, dog. Usually it's two phones, 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I
And
described that.
when
So
the
y'all knew.
JP6s, I don't know if the feds had JP6s or not, but we had JP6s and I cracked all those right before I left. I left in 22 from there. I was cracking all the JP6s. So.
Jailbreaking them?
Like the tablets.
Yeah. So we was just hotspotting with like a phone, and then we have like 4 or 5 guys on one phone.
Now, was
Just
you
ran
connected with a
the tablet.
USB?
What's that?
You a USB
Yeah,
with
that's
your
crazy
phone?
because we heard
Yeah,
that they were
OTGs.
doing that. We just never got to do it.
Yeah. I still got mine. I still actually got mine too.
From what I saw, they were putting it on the phone and
Yeah, I heard
connecting
that
it.
they were doing it, but I never. In the feds, we never got to it, but a lot of people was trying to figure that out. That's the move. That's $100,000 move, easy. Really $1 million move in there because you could probably charge at least $10,000 to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
$5,000 to do it. So just
I'll charge $600 to do them. So that'd be Facebook and everything on them. Like it was slick. We was playing GTA. It's pretty slick.
Yeah.
The dudes in Florida.
That's badass. Yeah, I could have got at least 10.
Yeah, the dudes in Florida was the one that actually did it because that's where JPay's at. And the dudes in Florida, like we got on the Telegram groups with them. The Jack got on Telegram groups with them, and then they sell us the files and sell us this and sell us that, and then we start cracking them. And you have to build your own little OTG cables and stuff. It's pretty slick. So passed a lot of time. But when COVID hit, bro, COVID was like the worst and a blessing, like because. When COVID hit, dude, you could do whatever you want.
They were short on staff.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because they couldn't come and search they couldn't touch your rack. They weren't allowed to touch your rack. Nobody could go to the hole.
Yep.
Like,
I remember that. But if you was in the hole, you were waiting to ride out, it was a wrap. You were back there up for 6
the hole
months.
was quarantined, so people coming back from court and shit will stay in the hole for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was just all open door.
I was riding out level 3 and it took me forever. It was like 4 months that time. Yeah, like that shit was great. It jammed everything up. It slowed it down.
Never seen anybody on the yard at 3 in the morning, running around at 3 in the morning on the yard, just wide open. Because we had National Guard tents and shit up in the yard.
Yeah.
People sleeping in the tents.
Yeah, well, you know, except for the good thing about it was everybody was getting them checks. There's a lot of money going around.
Yeah. I got one. I got 1,600. I sent my girl 5.
Even the deuce heads had some money. You know what I'm saying? So if you had some motion,
7.
if you had some motion, you know what I'm saying?
But Pickaway, bro. Pickaway was you know what I mean? Like $40 strips, $30 strips. I don't know, $40 a cap for Bago, 40 for weed.
See, that's crazy. It was when I got to Macquarie, it was $800 a strip, $1,000 ID, and you wouldn't get nothing but some chew. Other than them 3 things right there, was nothing else. And most spots is like that. Most spots, you're not gonna go and it be some exotic stuff like, you know, the stuff that gets you up or down. You're not gonna hard. If you see that, bro, it's so expensive, dog. It'll break you just to get you a bump. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that high.
Hey, Mike, you just brought up the check.
So you know what I mean?
I got 1,600 and sent her 800 and it felt good. I'm like, hell yeah, this money came from the state, from the government.
That's a fact.
I bought a whole new TV because I had a loaner and I gave my homie from my city my loaner and didn't even say shit to him. So when a long time later they go, oh, by the way, where's their loaner? Oh, it got stolen. I just never told y'all. But really, I gave it to my homie, so it was floating around. It was a bubble. They gave me a bubble TV. So when that money hit, I bought the 15-inch flat screen and said, hey, I know it's a bubble, but it's better than nothing. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even charge them.
Damn right. Damn right. I was so surprised. My homeboy just bought 255s, and I was like, 255 inches. I was like, what'd you pay for them? He was like, shit, 200 a piece. I'm like, man, you get them 200 piece. Like, yeah, 200 piece. I'm like, for a 55-inch nice one, so that's crazy.
Hey,
when I went to prison, that was $1,000 almost.
How many of y'all seen them fucking grab the one out the day room? In Lake Erie, it's CCA, Core Civic, so it's different. it's not like they're literally carrying. There was 4 TVs in the day room, and they're only they're about that big. You know what I'm saying? They're like 2.5 of the size of the regular Cleartune 15 inches, but they're like the next size. Dude had it up under his rack, tied, and he had it for like 3 months before they finally came doing a round when they were like, ain't there supposed to be 4 in here?
you.
That's how bad they wasn't on the
How they
job.
steal the light bulbs out of the microwaves in the day room?
Right. That's
How they
fucking
steal
nuts.
the light bulbs right out of the microwave in the day room, bro? Every microwave you go to cook is dark.
And they come bring it in there.
Out there in the bathroom with like 7 light
Man,
bulbs.
we ain't got microwaves. We're using Coke cans, and we're scraping desks off, making fires up under the desk.
Yeah,
That's
bro,
our
they got
real,
air
man.
fryers
You got
and
real
everything.
restaurants in the feds. You can go, listen, you can go make an order. Like, you can wake up that morning and be like, man, let me get a Stromboli, let me get a piece of cheesecake,
Hey, y'all,
and come
I'm
back
about
in a
to
couple
put this
hours,
one
man,
on
and get
Facebook.
you on a dish, man. You know what I mean? That's how it was.
I like to
Where
keep
you can go prep
rotating.
your stuff, come,
I keep
take
that
it to
one
the
going.
oven,
That's my
like, how much
main
you
one.
gonna charge me to put this on the grill?
I go from here to Facebook, back and forth. So if you
you
want to feel like you're a part of it, come to TikTok, Patrick Visions TV, or I'm going live on my Facebook right now, which is Patrick McCombs, MCCOMBS. Stay safe, stay free, stay blessed. Thank you for rocking with me.